What's up, y'all? Jeffery at Jeffery TV coming to you live on Memorex from the ultimate remote location, ultimate route. I know. I've been avoiding taking the ultimate route, which leads me deep into where I really grew up into the neighborhood in which I did most of my residency while here. It's such a beautiful day. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. It's such a beautiful day. I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get out there and see and experience. I gotta go at least once. I mean, I don't walk the other way so much, basically. This is Route 7. This is Junction 7. 7 is Market. 7 is Market Street. That's the junction, it's the cross street. Route 7. I think the one I'm on is Route 170. I think Midlothian is Route 170. I think that's how that goes. But here we are, Youngstown, Ohio, baby. Gonna go to the south side of Youngstown, down Market Street. Probably go a little bit farther than, hell, I think last time I had to go down to Williamson to get 5,000 steps. So we'll go down that way and get a good look. Beautiful day. As you can see, I just got on a t-shirt that I feel. I just got on a t-shirt. And usually I wear, a t-shirt. I wear one of my t-shirts and a long sleeve shirt. And I woke up this morning, Mr. Scale told me 205.2 or 205.0, which was encouraging if you ask me. Very encouraging. So if I walk today, and if I was get a full sweat on and lose 2.2 pounds, that'll put me at 202 something. But I won't sweat that much or lose that much. I'll probably, and I should just go with my 1.8 drop, and that'll take me 203 something, which I'd be happy with, considering. Youngstown, Ohio, baby. South side. Look at the library I used to hang out in, because my father's internet wasn't as good as it could have been. That Taco Bell is recently new. It wasn't there when I was growing up. You can see the building is new. And this is the part of town I talked about earlier, or in earlier podcast, I should say, in earlier walks, where you could distinctly see the difference in economic progression, development, etc., walking this way. I mean, it's just stuff. And I'm not trying to point out the poverty, where in past I have. There was no doubt about that. In the past I definitely have. But now I'm just more, I would say, more into the vintage architecture, or into the legacy of the buildings that were here when I was growing up. And you can see the wear and tear on them, the actual experience of their existence here. Because there was a time, and it was pointed out to me recently, to where my attitude towards this place wasn't the most healthy. And I had to remember, or I should have remembered, or I probably should have considered that there are people living back here, and this is their life, who would have to endure or hear or understand or deal with the comments I made about how I felt about life back here. And one thing you could say, one thing I probably could say is that I, wanted the best for my people, my family, my kids, and et cetera, everybody around me. And I didn't feel that you can get that back here because of what I wanted and what I thought was the best and how I wanted to live and, what moved me, versus Los Angeles in a big city. And one thing about that, let me segue really quick. I need to see more people. Look at, I'm walking out here, there's nobody. Nobody, you don't see no people, no other human beings. I need to see more people. And it's just not, this place is not that. It's just not the way it's set up, maybe the culture, the way people are used to handling their business, their commerce. You just don't see it. And I'll say it again, I walk outside where I live at, right outside my apartment building, I'm seeing somebody almost all the time, 24 hours a day. There's gonna be somebody coming or going. And during the day, you see people walking their dogs or people just walking. And that's on the side street, main street. Side street, go to the main street, I see hundreds of people. And here, you get to the point where you just don't see folks. People don't be out like that. That's just one aspect of it that I just really recently realized. But the whole, progress, and I guess economic progress was the word I was trying to use about this side of town. You see that building right there, been there for a while. You could tell. And they, so, and I mean, I was definitely, quote unquote down on it all. And it may very well have been because I didn't have what I wanted. I wasn't fulfilled in my thing. I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't getting mine. I wasn't satisfied. So it was hard for me to, appreciate something else. And then once I got, where I needed to be, quote unquote, where I needed to be, where I wanted to be, or satisfied in my own realm, much easier to be happy for things that I didn't quite understand and appreciate. But clearly you can see the lack of economic development, economic progression, progress, et cetera, on this side of town. In fact, we went to this place up here called Latin Wings. Looks like it's Puerto Ricans. It was there when we went in there. And there was a lot of them. Me and Kimberly both said, wow, we didn't know there was this many Puerto Ricans in Youngstown. They was thick, hardly, I was gonna say poor English, but minimal English, just enough to get the order by. Dressed stereotypically, tattoos and chains, cut off shorts, not all of them, but they had that look, they had the look. Probably not so much as gang members, maybe car club or something like that, that kind of hip style, hip Puerto Rican urban style, with the hats, baseball hats, etc. They had their music and it was out, hang out, it was right there, that Latin Wings, see it? And we went in there just to, check it out. We was the only black people in there, but I wasn't worried about all that of that. The thing about this, they got robbed. they had got robbed. So they were limited in their supply of wings. They didn't have any wings, and you know, they were just going through some stuff because there was a break-in, and I guess they got robbed and stuff. So, I mean, we got some food. It was okay. I mean, it was $8. You know, it was. You could tell. My daughter said, "Oh, I see they use great value ingredients. They use Walmart ingredients." And I was like, well, and I got a nacho, and they use cheap chips, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you know, no big deal. For $8 on the fly, you really can't beat it. If that's on the fly. Of course, I wouldn't drive here to get anything. I would be like, ooh, let's go to Latin Wings and blah, blah, blah. They didn't have wings. They only had like one menu, and it was in a binder of plastic, a 3-ring binder with printed out pages of plastic. And, you know, it was upstart, up and coming, grassroots type. And I kind of knew it would be that, but being from Los Angeles, the bare bottom of a business establishment, the bare lowest rung, the lowest level of business establishment that I'm used to, I think I was expecting there. And as soon as I walked in, I was reminded of where I was. I'm not saying it's good or bad. There was a time where I would have put good or bad on that, but I'm not saying good or bad at all. I'm saying that it was different than what I expected. It was less than what I expected. It was much more urban or ghetto-y than I expected. Much, much more. You know? So, that's that. But, you know, went in there, did what we had to do for $8 or so. Pull it out, got it done, you know.
Why you gotta remote me your bag?
And all that. Well, I saw some people. Did I get them on camera, or did I try to keep it away? 15, 16-year-old kids, I guess, boys just out there doing what they do. And I do feel a tad self-conscious walking around here, shooting video around here. Most of these people is probably like, don't get me on camera, don't get me on camera, oh my God. Most of them, I'm thinking, you know, maybe wrongly thinking in my mind, most of them got warrants. You know, just that kind of thinking. Playfully, somewhat playfully. Probably mostly playfully, let's be honest. But there's definitely some truth to it. Notice I'm not going through all the places where I frequented, like my doctor's office and buildings I remember when I was younger, growing up, like the Union Bank over there and Treasure Island, et cetera, et cetera. Done that enough times here. Done it enough times. But, you know, I'm gonna have to come here. I ain't gonna do it today. I need to eat salad today. I need to eat salad one of these days. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're shutting it down. Oh wow. They're shutting it down. Look like they're getting rid of stuff. Like they're closing it out. Look like they're closing it out here. Looks like they're getting rid of stuff. Yeah, if I could eat salad, what's today, Tuesday? If I could eat salad and chill out and have a healthier type dinner for one day, that would be a big help. That would be a big, big help. That would be a big, big help. Because I got a funny feeling the next few days, it's gonna be turned up a little. So I shouldn't even look too, the first thing I'm thinking, oh, what are we gonna eat today? What are we gonna eat today? I shouldn't be thinking that way. I shouldn't be thinking that way. Because I wanted to get a gyro from there. A gyro. I wanna walk down there one day. See all that down there? I want to walk down there and see what all that is. I see all that old rusted metal, whatever, overhang. I don't know what that is, some kind of that old metal structure. And that's the kind of stuff that interests me. I like to see it. So here we are, walking Market Street, ultimate route into the south side of Youngstown, walking north into the south side of Youngstown. I was gonna say, it kind of look like it's getting rid. Looks like they getting rid of that too. Is that? I don't know. The wood specialist place. I'm not sure. It looked like they were trying to do something with that. Get rid of it or whatever. Buckeye Senior Center. This used to be a Rite Aid, as you could probably tell. Senior Center and Clinic. Buckeye Pace. Hoping seniors live at home. That's what I'm gonna need pretty soon. That's what I'm gonna need. Huh. See, they cleared that whole corner out. They're gonna put something over there. Then you got St. George and the Dragon. That's been there for like years. Cardinal Mooney down that way. Stanmore Thompson's. I always gotta talk about my Stanmore Thompson. Used to be G.C. Murphy. G.C. Murphy used to be on this corner right here that I'm pointing at. But I'm not sure what they just took. Something was there. They got rid of it all. I can't remember what was there. I thought pretty much it was all gone. But they got rid of it all. There used to be some in that corner. That's where Western Auto used to be. Western Auto, and I think something else used to be there. But they got rid of that whole corner. There was something there, and I can't remember what it was. And of course, my Stanmore Thompson's where I used to go get my stuff. My radio. I mean, my hardware. I used to go buy hardware. That's about, wood and screws. Actually, I didn't have no money, but I would just go look probably and see prices and imagine myself building this or building that. And you can see that whole block is pretty much gone. Everything on that block is pretty much gone. And it used to be thriving. This whole place used to be thriving. All of it used to be thriving businesses. Father used to come, he used to go to Stanmore Thompson's. Upstairs, downstairs. Junior achievement was there later years. You can see this stuff is kind of empty now. I guess this is what I'm talking about, the lack of economic progress. I used to be the door I used to go in for junior achievement. They tore this, there was a building here, they tore it down. Like a house business. That's gone. And what are they gonna do? See this that whole thing right there? See all that? They're gonna build something there. Then you got all this over here, see? All this needs to be returned in nature. I guess dig all that concrete up and let the grass grow over it. I don't know how they want to do that. But, I mean, I don't know. What do you want it? How do you want it? You want to have it look like it could be used for development or just grass? I don't know how you, or just leave it so somebody comes and buy it. Ooh, sidewalk closed. Is this metal? Ooh, I would love to have that. I would love to have that. And they put this fence up over here. Not sure why. I've been walking by here for the last few years. Ain't been no fence. Maybe somebody gonna develop it. Or maybe people be parking there and doing stuff. Maybe people be parking there and doing stuff. Look like they got it all blocked off, all the way up and down. Yeah, I got multiple pictures there. I think me and granddaughter even. Like, what they doing here? They tearing McDonald's down and they building it up. What are they doing here? Look like they adding on to McDonald's. Like, see, that was McDonald's. Let's see what they doing. I see the old building. It's all boarded up. And they built it look like a new structure on the top of it. Something going on here. Something's going on here. Got new fence, new bricks, look like new masonry bricks, whatever, cinder blocks. Okay. Something's going on in there. Gas $2.79. That's a good price. Gas $2.79. That's a good price. BF Goodrich Tire Center. I've been there since I was young. That building. All the buildings you see have been there since I grew up. I guess they've been renovated a little bit. It looked like they stepped up on them. You know, put a little bit of modernization into it. I think was the Ohio Bell there? Was it the phone company in one of these buildings? I'm not sure. I'm sure it was the phone company. One of these buildings on the corner. But as you can see, I was just thinking about seeing Miss Mark. They go Dewey Street. Am I gonna go down Dewey Street? I don't think so. I don't feel it today. I don't feel it today. I'm gonna go down to my South High School. Yeah, I didn't even go to South. I just love the building. Oh, and they tore down the field house. So I might go in the back and take a look at that. They tore down the field house, so I might go back and take a look at that. I guess potential development work is over with. People getting off work. What time is it? 2 o'clock? Dewey Street. Here it is, people. Dewey Street. You got West Dewey here. You got East Dewey going that way. You got Cardinal Mooney going that way. What happened to my Dewey signs? Did they take the Dewey signs down? I only see one. Can't even tell what street this is anymore. There it is, people. East Dewey, West Dewey, and East Dewey. I remember one time I walked all the way downtown. Probably ain't gonna do that today. I'm walking 5,000 this way, and I'm turning around and walking back. Not sure what I'm gonna do today. Not sure what I wanna do today. Tomorrow, I'll begin my birthday getaway. Walk, get the car, come back, get dressed, jump in the car and drive. So we'll see. We'll see. Should be good. Should be a good birthday. Anytime I get away, it's good. Not anytime. Well, I have fun with people. Let me stop. I have fun with people, and I'm enjoying the time being back here. There's no doubt about that. Family Dollar, important and crucial. Probably not as more important as Dollar General, is being a place where people can get food, because there ain't no grocery stores in the city limits of this place. And that's just economic depression, or I don't know what you want to call it. There's something more to it. There's definitely something more to it. It's too stark a contrast. I guess you're parking where you got to. Parking where you got to. Parking right there on the street. That's one way to do it. Dollar General. See, it used to be businesses and stuff, all of that used to be businesses and stuff. All of this, all the way up and down. Thriving. Now, just a little different, to say the least. And again, it was time when I was really down on the place, and I was fighting it for something. I don't know why I was fighting it, but it was like I was fighting it. And I was at war with it for no reason. Could be that I was scared that I would end up back here, or I just wanted to distance myself from it. I wasn't able to embrace it. Something. Because, I have a totally different attitude towards it now. Because I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm almost, in some ways, embarrassed by I'm almost embarrassed by what I perceive to be my success. Embarrassed by my personal success, what I want to do, achieving what I want to do, things I do. Sometimes I'm embarrassed. I'm like, I ain't here for that. Let's just, hang out, have a good time. And I really, really mostly want to hear about other people's experiences back here. And it could be a study. I could be studying, trying to get a better understanding of how they think or why they think back here. I mean, I'm not past that. But I'm like, yeah, I've been here, yeah, I did this. Every now and then, I'll have an urge to put a little something in there. Yeah, I've been to Moscow. Yeah, I've been to Paris. Yeah, I've seen, P-Funk, but not as much as I used to be. Not as much, where in the past I had to, it wasn't me, but I did this, I guess I wasn't, maybe it could be acknowledgement, maybe now I'm at a point where I've been acknowledged enough to where I can be comfortable, not comfortable, but settle on it, or something like that. But there's definitely been a change. And my family even said, we had a discussion, this question came up. I said, well, what do you got against black people? And basically the answer was, I don't really care about other races, what they do or say. Only ones I care about is what we do. So that's gonna be at the forefront of my thought and my thinking and my discretion and my, my criticism. I don't care about other people, I only care about us. And I said, I just don't agree with a lot of the stereotypical, if you may, idea of what black culture is and what black people are. And forget why I went down that street, but why I didn't care what black people are, discussion. I'm better now. I'm better now, if you could put it that way. So they build senior citizens homes over there, South High School. Should I? I always do. Never been in it. I don't think I've ever been in there. But I love this building. I love the building. Across the street there, in that park right there, it used to be a red barn. We used to come hang out, drive our cars parked, do what we did. Jeep Renegade, do what we did in our cars. Back when you was allowed to drink and drive in your car. Not allowed, but it wasn't no big deal to be riding down the street with a 40 ounce between your legs. What if I walked up here and was able to open one of these doors? What if they locked? If I could go in. I wonder, Look like they lock. At least it look like that one is. I wonder if they are. Can I see anything? Wow, look at that. Never been in there. I've never been in there. And one time they had it open house, to where you can actually walk in there. When I wasn't in town, or I definitely would have loved to see the internals of that building. Just to see, They tore the field house down back here. See, it's gone. Like, there's people working down there. I think that's a person. Why did that look like it's open? Oh, that ain't a person. They tore it down. Yeah, they tore it out in the field house. It was back there. I think it was back farther. it seemed like it should be like a big hole or something back there. So you can walk around this place and there's nothing and nobody. It's just nothing. I mean, not nothing, but you know, there's nobody, there's no people. I'm just used to seeing people in every nook and cranny there can be. There is somebody sitting on that porch, facing the wrong way. That's a busted out window. You got somebody sitting on the porch, they got a busted out window in their house. I don't know, I'm just saying. That's why I be careful about what I shoot on video. Because if I lived in there and somebody walking around taking pictures, I'd be weird too. In fact, one time I was walking on Southern Avenue, I took a picture of the architecture houses. Teenage boy come around, why you taking a picture? You taking a picture of my house? You just take a picture. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. Everybody want to be on Jeffery TV. And I don't want to bring it up again, but I'm telling you, as soon as you get out of Youngstown, go to Niles and Boardman, Poland, maybe even Struthers, Girard, whatever, I don't know. My God, you see economic progress. I'm glad I thought of that word. That's the word I'm gonna use. That's the word I'm gonna wear out from now on, economic progress. Not even rehabilitation, just progress. Whereas here, you may even see economic regression. You know, there's a few things still going on here. You know, you don't see too much bright, shiny new stuff. I was gonna say, including people. The people kind of reflect the architecture back here. Let me stop. I mean, again, yeah, they used to use the word condescending. I used to talk condescending about this place. Horribly, yes, and I have to admit that's true. Me and Granddaughter played over there one time. This video, somewhere. We made it down this far. Huh. Me and Granddaughter made it down this far. With the stroller. Yeah. No complaints though, no complaints. I'm happy. I'm happy for the people who are happy here. What am I doing to help this place? Nothing. or I'm being me and I'm bringing my commentary and my light and my perspective to the place, getting it out there, talking. I guess you could throw that in there if you want to. Community Corrections Association. Okay. Is that CCA? Community Corrections. Yeah, CCA, okay. I get it. They must have got some funding because they like all over doing stuff. Probably can Google that and find out, you know, what's behind that and where they get their money from and why they got their money, et cetera, et cetera. Williamson. Look at the A Market. Look at the bus I be seeing. But I'll be seeing it at the other end in Boardman. Youngstown, Ohio. B&B Appliance. Look at that. That's a nice little sign, or what do you want to call it? Beautiful green. See how they returned this to green? Dug up all the concrete, I'm sure, that was there. Grass. This building was here. Me growing up. Looked like they did a little bit of renovation on it. B&B Appliance and Parts. Nice little park over there. J&W Crown. Due to COVID. I'll say I don't feel the most comfortable walking around here shooting video, to be completely honest with you. Not like if I was on my default location, default route. You know, that's pretty much completely comfortable. Garfield. Go down that far? See, if I was cool, if I was somewhat aggressive, I'd walk back Oak Hill. I'd walk down to Oak Hill and walk back Oak Hill. But I ain't feeling that today. I ain't trying to be on guard or whatever. Not that I gotta be on guard, but I would be. I remember seeing that building. I want to explore that before. What is this dude doing? Okay, homie. I hear you. We're down here having a moment. Work it out, dude. I don't think I want to be a part of his day. I think this is about as far as I go. To about right here. Well, how far we make it to? Which street we make it to? Wayne. Never heard of Wayne. What street is this? I made it down to which street? Braden. They're gonna be Braden. Yeah, it is Braden. Yeah, homie having a moment. You can see him. Work it out, homie. Work it out. Anyhow, 46 minutes. I should get about 5,000. I guess I could cross the street and walk up that side of the street. Get different commentary, get different view of things. I hear you. I hear you. Taking it back now. Taking it back home. Like I said, if I was cool, I'd walk down there, walk up Oak Hill. But I'm not cool. I'm not that guy today. I'm that guy today. Forgettable. Forgettable, unforgettable. From the NBA Finals. It's beautiful, ain't it? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I probably didn't see this place as being as beautiful as I do now, even in its decay or poverty or whatever you want to call it. I still see beauty in that, in underdevelopmentness. I truly see a beauty in it. And or at least a fascination of it, at the least. Definitely fascinated by it. There's no doubt. This is Oak Hill right there, see? It ain't far. Oak Hill ain't far at all. Just walk north on Oak Hill, walk south on Oak Hill. So I get to probably Indianola and then cross up. Woo! Walk by St. Pat's. School I went to. There goes St. Pat's right there, speaking of the devil. There goes St. Pat's right there in the church. I don't know if you can see it, I could probably zoom, but I don't feel like it. And I think you could probably see it from this corner, because I think I was walking here And I saw the glimpse of it, and I said, I gotta go. And I walked down there. I think you can kind of see it. Enough of it to it made me want to walk down there and get some video of it. Well, I guess you can a little bit. You can just a little bit. But anyway, finally saw some people. Just wanted to look at them. Okay. You know, see some people walking uphill now, so it's a little bit more exertion needed. Not that I'm getting winded, but it's a little harder to hold my breath and keep my breath walking uphill. But it's all good. You know, it's all good. I ain't got to tell you again. At least I don't think I do. Got to make sure I don't get ran over. That's what you gotta do. Make sure you don't get ran over. I'll go. I'll eat my grits and my sausage. And we'll see what happens after that. Hopefully I can lay off the block of miles till later on this evening. Of course, may have to use the car to go buy more block of miles. Unless I walk into the store. It's a drive-through, Sammy's Quick Stop. One of those kind of places that where I can see why certain people would never want to frequent the place. Let's just put it that way. So we just go to drive-through. But since I'm walking by, I might as well walk in there and save me some time, or I can just get the car and go. And getting the car and go might be something I need to do anyway. So I'm gonna go home and see what I got for salad, whether this or that, or, go through the refrigerator, see if I can clean some stuff out. Anyway, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me, for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe. Hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.